Okay, my phone says we're live on YouTube.
Awesome. And it's telling me we're live here, so should be good if I can figure out how to get my window back. Oh, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and post the link online so people can't say that they didn't see it. Share. Copy link. Okay, link is up and we're on live. So Sue, take over whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll call this meeting to order and we'll waive the Pledge of Allegiance because I don't have a flag unless somebody else has one.
I do not.
I never think about bringing my little one with me. And then we move on to roll call, Sharon.
Jeremy Smell.
Here.
Oh, he's there?
Oh, he's here. Yeah, he got on.
Okay. Okay, sorry. Linda Allworth.
Here.
Charles Stahl.
Here.
Chris Pulick.
Here.
Susan Brown.
Here.
Sharon Long here. Ted Long.
Here.
Chris Fabick.
Here.
Tim Miller.
I am here.
And we have no visitors written requests that anyone knows of.
Correct.
None to me.
And then we'll move on to the minutes. We have 3 sets of minutes from our December 14th meeting, our December 22nd meeting, and our December 30th meeting. Do we want to approve all 3 of them or do them individually?
I'll make a motion. We approve all 3 sets of minutes.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor of approving the minutes from December 14th, December 22nd, and December 30th, say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Next is the financial report, and there is none. We do have the bills to be paid. I'll give you a minute to look over those bills. And then when you're ready, I'll take a motion to pay the bills.
I'll motion to pay the bills.
So a second. Was that a second?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor of paying the bills for the month?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Next is executive session. Do we have a need for an executive session?
I
I
have
don't-
nothing for the board.
Okay, then we'll move on to the solicitor's report. Tim, you still have nothing?
I don't have anything for you this evening.
Okay,
Quiet evening from me.
so do we have to approve that there's no solicitor's report?
You could.
I'll make a motion that we approve the no report.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Next, we're at nominations for positions, and we have quite a lot of positions to nominate, starting with chairperson for 2021.
I'll nominate Charlie.
I'll second that.
Do I have any other nominations for chairperson? Okay, Sharon, do I have to close each nomination?
Yes.
Okay, then I make a motion to close nominations for chairperson.
Second.
All those in favor of closing nominations?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Then we have the motion to appoint Charles Stahl as chairperson for 2021. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Opposed? Okay, that motion carries.
Thank you,
So
everyone.
Charlie, you're
You're
chairperson.
welcome. I think he gets to take over now.
I'll take it from you. I'll run right through it as fast as I can. So first, we're going to need to open nominations for vice chairperson, and I'm going to nominate Sue.
Second.
Okay, do we have any other nominations? If not, I'll need a motion to close nominations for vice chairperson.
Make a motion. to close.
Second.
Second.
Motion and second, Jeremy, Chris, however you want to put it, Sharon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I will need a motion to appoint Susan Brown as vice chairperson.
What? We already made
Yeah,
motion.
we
to-
had that.
That was closing nominations.
Yeah, no.
I've-
You and Jeremy made motions and seconded to nominate Sue as vice chair, and then Jeremy and Chris made motion to close nominations.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I confused
So
myself.
now we vote. on-
Whatever. So then,
You just need to do all those in favor and go on.
so all those in favor of appointing Sue as chair or vice chairperson?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to treasurer. So I'll open the floor to nominations for treasurer.
I nominate Sharon.
I'll second that. Are there any other nominations? If not, I'll need a motion to close nominations.
I'll make the motion to close.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay. So if you're the only one nominated, do we have to vote to appoint as well, or can we just leave it as nominations? I know in the past we've kind of tripped up on if we want to vote to appoint if it's only one person, but
Well,
Yeah.
you still have to appoint through secretary and then do the closing for that. And then after that, you don't have to do the whole closing part anymore. You just make a motion to appoint a certain person beyond that.
okay. Well, then in that case, I'll need a motion to appoint Sharon as
But
secretary.
we already had that before we closed the nominations. So we just have
We
to
did-
vote on that
Then I'll
motion.
just do all those in favor.
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to setting hours. So unless
No, we
anyone has any,
Secretary. We have
Yeah, you didn't-
secretary.
oh,
We didn't do,
Sorry. I got secretary
we-
treasurer mixed up on the agenda here.
yeah, so
Now
treasurer's
we need
done.
secretary. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll open the floor to appointments for secretary.
I
I nominate
nominate Sharon.
I'll second it.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You don't need to do that.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So now we need to.
Close.
Yeah, so I need a motion to close nominations for secretary.
I'll make a motion to close.
Second.
And it,
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. So now we can move on to set hours, right? Or do we?
Yes.
Okay. Then now we'll move on to setting hours. So unless Sharon, you have any other suggestions, I recommend we keep them the same as they have been. Monday, 9 to 4, Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 1. And unless Sharon, if you have any other days you'd rather be, or
I'm fine with that.
well, then I need a motion to set those as our hours.
Make a motion to retain the current hours.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to solicitor. So,
I want to say a couple things. You all saw the email from Tim to be just the supervisor solicitor. We got a letter for some reason from Gary and La Profito for the zoning hearing board solicitor. He was not our solicitor for the year 2020. And I sent an email out to Mr. Heller from Meckling and Heller, because he was the zoning solicitor for the year 2020, to see if he was still interested in retaining that position. And he answered back that he was, and it would be the same fees as before.
well, I'll make a motion that we retain, it's Mr. Heller, right, from Meckling and Heller?
Yes.
I'll make a motion we retain him.
I
So are
second
you-
it.
Okay.
I heard a second from Linda. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Now I need a motion to appoint for our board solicitor. So Tim's the
I'll
one
make
who's shown interest yet again, so
I'll make a motion to retain Tim.
I'll
I'll
second it.
second it.
Sue or Linda, whichever you want to put. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 3 second.
Thank
Opposed?
you.
Motion
Hold
carries.
up a sign.
Okay, we'll move on to vacancy board. Aaron, who's our current vacancy board? It's us.
Jim
Jim.
Catless.
Okay. The vacancy board is all of us and then him, correct? I believe that's how it's supposed to work. We never have used it, so.
No.
Well, I'll make a motion, we retain him on our vacancy board, Jim Catless.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to engineer. We do have a letter, I can find it here, from Senate Engineering saying that they are interested in being retained as our engineering service. They've been doing it for us for years now. So Sharon, we didn't receive any other letters, have we?
No.
Well, then I'll make a motion that we appoint Senate Engineering as our engineer for the year 2021.
I'll second it as long as they give us chocolate at Christmas.
That's right.
We always do.
I'll tell him that in email.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to police and security.
I'd like to nominate Charlie. Trying to get ahead of that.
So we'll take that as Linda's motion. We'll just need a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Linda. Next, we'll move on
You're
to building and land use. I believe last year it was Chris, maybe?
I think I did that last year.
I'll motion to
Yeah.
keep Jeremy on.
I'll second that motion, Chris. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Charlie,
Yes?
I missed putting on there, under the police and security, having a co-chair.
Okay. Is there anyone that would want to be co-chair, or do we just want to leave it at one again this year? It used to be one, and then a couple years ago we switched to two, but it can go either way.
Right.
I mean, I think one's fine unless anybody else feels differently.
Well, and how does Chief Fabic feel? Do you think one's sufficient?
That's a good point.
I'm okay with whatever the board decides. Either way, it works for me.
Okay.
Keep it.
Okay. Well, then we'll move back down to road maintenance and equipment. So that was Chris as chair and Jeremy as co-chair this past year.
Did that work out for you guys?
That was fine by me. Chris, was it fine by you?
Fine with me. It's up to Teddy.
Yeah. Ted.
I was fine with it.
All right. Then
I'll make the motion. We just retain Chris and Jeremy as chair and co-chair respectively.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have budget and finance chairperson. For this past year, it was Sue. And then all 5 of us participate.
I'll nominate Sue as the budget and finance chair.
Okay, I need a
I'll
second.
second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. And then all 5 supervisors will participate on the budget and finance board. And then Sue is just the chairperson. Next, we'll move on to negotiations. This past year, it was myself and Sue on the negotiations.
Motion is stick with that.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we will move on to emergency management coordinator. Past couple years, it has been Maurice Skidicott with a salary of $1,200 a year. That's $100 a month.
I'll nominate Maury to stay in that position.
I'll second that.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. We will move on to zoning officer with a salary of $4,000 a year for the past, I don't know how many years it's been Sharon.
13.
15. So I'll make a motion. We retain Sharon as zoning officer.
Second.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is pension administrator. Sharon has been doing that for years as well.
I'll make a motion to retain Sharon as the pension administrator.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to the police matron. I believe last year it was Dawn Frykowski and Sharon. So Sharon could cover when Dawn wasn't around. Sharon, I think, am I correct in that? I believe.
Yes.
I thought that's how we decided it last year, just because Dawn has a full-time job elsewhere. So I'm going to make a motion that we retain Dawn and Sharon as our police matrons.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to the CDL drug testing contact person. Sharon, I believe that was you as well.
Yes. I should just keep changing hats during the meeting, right?
I'll make a motion. We retain Sharon as our drug testing contact person.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have auditors, none needed, so I'm assuming we can just skip right over this.
Yes.
Who are our current auditors? I know Amy Marshall and
Charlotte Teeters. And then the other guy's name is I think it's Walter something.
okay.
I can't
Hold or something.
I've only met him once. I can't remember what his last name is.
So next we'll move on to our planning commission. We have Jim Catless, Brian Bing, and Donna Rentler as our current planning commission. I am going to make a motion. We retain them as our planning commission.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we'll move on to the zoning hearing board. We have Jim Catless, Beverly Bish, and Beth McDonald, who is our newest member. So I'm gonna make a motion to retain all three of them as our zoning hearing board.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have our representative of the state convention. I believe this is Sue's year to be our voting representative. Her and I have kind of tossed it back and forth between the two of us. And we didn't have
Well,
this last year's conference, which was supposed to be me, but
I was gonna ask the question. I'm assuming you two got the same email that I had, saying that they were retaining who was picked or who we appointed to do it last year, and some of the fees were gonna be carried over. But so what I don't remember is, Charlie, were you the voting delegate last year?
I
Because
was.
if you're switching it, I don't know if that changes my registration of you two, because you're already registered as the voter.
Okay, I mean, if that's how they're doing it, I missed
Yeah.
that. I'm fine with
We'll
it.
just leave it however it was.
Okay. Well, then I'll make a motion that well, no, I won't make this motion. Someone else
No.
make the motion. We need a motion to retain me as the voting member and Sue also to go to the convention. But I won't make it, so someone else make it.
I will make that motion.
I'll make a motion
That you just
and I'll
described.
second it.
Motion by Jeremy, seconded by Linda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And if anyone else would happen to want to go to the state convention this year, please feel free to let us know. It's going to be in April. I don't remember the exact dates off the top of my head. And we will move on to our TCC representative. I believe last year it was Sharon was the representative and Sue was the alternate.
No, I never went to any meetings.
Okay. Well, I don't
I
remember.
went to one meeting, maybe like in January or something.
I think the rest of the year they were canceled.
Yeah, because TCC and UCC were both mostly canceled this year.
Yeah, I was the UCC person, but now we're not a part of that group anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'll make a motion that Sue be our TCC representative and Sharon be our alternate.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have Lower Kiski Ambulance Service as our primary responder. So Lower Kiski has done a great job as our ambulance responder. We haven't heard any interest from any other municipalities or groups wishing to be our primary service provider for ambulance. So I need a motion to retain Lower Kiski.
I'll make,
I heard a motion from Sue, and I heard someone else, I think, trying to
I'll
motion.
second it.
Chris seconded. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have Water Authority appointments at the very bottom of our packet here. We did have Dwayne Nepshield requesting to be retained for another 5-year term on the board. And we do also have a second vacancy from the resignation of Joel Nepshield last month or 2 months ago, whenever that was. So I'll make the motion that we retain Dwayne Nepshield for another 5-year term on the Water Authority.
Second.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And again, we'll leave the other vacancy open to anyone interested. I don't believe we've received any letters yet, but we'll leave that open for if someone else decides they're interested. Any other appointments, Sharon? Any nominations? Appointments? Awesome. Then we'll move on to our purchasing procedures. So I don't off the top of my head remember our current purchasing procedures. I can't remember the prices that they have to get the board approval.
I think it's after $1,200.
After 1,200, the department head has to get board approval. So that's our current purchasing procedure. anyone wants to change that, we can, but I'm fine with retaining the current one. So I'll need a motion to either retain or change the current purchasing procedures.
I'll make a motion to retain the current procedures.
I will second.
Motion by Sue, seconded by Jeremy. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have our zoning fee schedule, which Sharon did send out to all of us in email after she sent out our meeting packets. So I don't know if there's anything anyone would want to update. They were last done in 2011. So
They look good to me when I looked at them.
Yeah, I make a motion to retain those fees, same fees.
okay, I need a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have our copy price. It's currently 25 cents per page. Is that mandated by law, Sharon, or is that just a price we chose?
It's not mandated by law.
Okay,
That's-
I wasn't sure since it has to do with the right to knows.
That's just a price that was picked by a board many years ago.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe bump it up to 50 cents a page just because toner prices are going up. And
That's what Bethel did. Theirs was 50
Yeah.
cents now.
I mean, I know toner is expensive. So I'm going to make a motion that we raise our copy price from 25 cents per page to 50 cents a page.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to old business. We have McCoy Road, which we tabled. Tim, I don't know if you want to go over that with everyone.
Yeah, I've heard from all but one of the adjacent landowners. I think it was a business in Pittsburgh. And I'm sorry, I don't have the file with me and I'm at home.
Yeah, it's Nevera Mineral Company. Also,
Yeah.
Allegheny Sands. Also, they go under like 3 different names. They have a lot of
Yeah,
property.
I can send a follow like the same letter and just, say pursuant to previous letter, but they're the only group I haven't heard from yet. Everyone else was as you all know, I was sending updates as they would come in. Everybody else was fine with it, but I don't know their proximity, the company's proximity to this roadway and whatnot, and still may need their consent. But that's really where it is with that. I would say, maybe give it to February, and if not, decide how the board wants, if they don't respond, and see how the board wants to proceed at that point.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to send
I
out a follow-up
say
letter
give
to
it
them.
to him.
I didn't hear you, Linda.
I
I'm
say
sorry.
give it to him and get it over with.
Okay, I'll just send the same letter.
Did you
And
hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
send them a follow-up and
Yep.
see if we can get a response. If not, I'll see what other. I think I still have the number for the plant manager down there. He might put us in contact.
Okay.
So, yeah, send out a follow-up and we'll see if we can get this done by agreement rather than going through the full ordinance process.
Sure.
That McCoy Road actually touched that property.
Yeah, they do touch a small portion of the road.
'Cause that
They-
road ends easily before where their property would be.
Yeah, but I was looking at it on the tax maps and it does, it touches it a little bit. And I know the law says all adjacent landowners, so we should get their consent to do it. I was talking to the property owner too, and they actually have a right of way up his driveway and up the road to one of their gas wells. So I think that's probably another reason we should get their blessing on this.
Okay, I'll follow up with them and let you know what I hear.
Okay.
That's
So,
all I have.
So are
Okay.
you retabling it?
yeah, I was about to make a motion that we'll leave it on the table. I just need a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other old business?
I don't have anything.
Okay, if not, we'll move on to new business. We have set meeting dates and times for 2021. Currently, we have them the second Monday of every month at 7 p.m. I don't know if there's a day of the week that's better for anyone else. Mondays are rough for me. I mean, I've obviously made them work, but I mean, I wouldn't want to upset everyone else if I suggested a different day, if that's the day people like.
It doesn't matter to me one bit, Charlie. So if there's another day that works better for everybody, I'm good with that.
I mean, for me personally, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are better days of the week, but also I don't know what Sharon's schedule is with Bethel. I wouldn't want to interfere with
Bethel meets the first Tuesday of the month.
that. So if we keep it second, we wouldn't.
And Kiski meets the second Wednesday of the month, just for my own, personal schedule there.
Okay. I mean, I'll throw out, we switch it up and make meetings the second Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m.
I can't do the second Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, you have council.
Yeah.
Oh, then we can't do that. Well, I don't want to push the issue too much if it's going to cause any issues for anyone.
Well,
I
if
mean-
you swing it, let's just keep it.
Okay. Well, then Chris suggested we just keep it. So,
If you can do that,
what was that?
if you can do that, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it. I've made it work. Yeah, I miss time at the fire hall on Monday nights, but I mean, I'm fine with it. I've done it 3 years now. It's not a big deal.
I mean, my only other suggestion was if you wanted to move it to a Tuesday, if Sue has her, her other meeting on a second Tuesday, you could always try the first Tuesday and have it be, after a Bethel time, but you're either before or after a Bethel time.
Yeah, my only worry there is, in case Bethel would have a meeting that would run way over. I don't want us to interfere with that and make you and Tim run from one meeting to the other.
Would appreciate that, actually, yes. Usually they're 20 minutes long, but every
Right.
once in a while they stick a 2.5 hour meeting in there. So
Well, we do the same thing sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, so, well, I'll take Chris's. Chris, do you make the motion? We keep it the same?
Yes.
Okay, I'll need a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next
Oh,
we have.
wait,
Wait.
Stop. We need to pick our year-end meeting date.
Oh, yes, we do need to do that. Yeah, everyone pull up your calendars.
I will say
December of this year.
that Bethel has picked December 29th at 4. So I would not be against you picking the same day, just a different time. Because I like to take my vacation around the holidays.
I'd be fine with that. What time did you say there was? 4?
Theirs was 4, yes.
How about we do December 29th at 6? Same as we did this year, that Wednesday at 6. Does that work with everyone?
Yes.
Okay, well then I'll make a motion that we have our year-end meeting December 29th, 2021 at 6 p.m. I don't know if I heard a second or not.
I'll second.
I didn't. Okay.
Sue seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the auditors meeting. I'm not quite sure.
They are going to meet tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning.
Okay. We don't really need to take action on this, do we? This is just,
No, I'm just informing the board because anyone could come.
okay. Well, then we'll move on to other new business. Sharon, I know you sent out the email for, I believe.
For the RS, yes. This is all things for February's agenda, but you will need to make a motion to advertise the ordinance. I did send it to Tim and he was okay with it.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that we advertise the police pension plan ordinance. I need a second.
Wait, I'm looking.
Second.
I'll give Sue one more second to keep looking.
It was
Okay.
different email, not with the original meeting packet email.
Yeah.
The very last one she sent.
Okay, dokie.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So now, any other new business?
I do not have anything.
Okay, then we'll move on to reports. So police report, Chris, whenever you're ready.
So for the month of December, 40 calls for service, 2 vehicle accidents, 1 DUI arrest, issued 5 traffic citations. I also attached that I sent to you and Linda the year-end report. 490 calls for service for the year 2020, 15 vehicle accidents, 50 arrests. I listed a few of them just so there was some statistics on them. 13 DUIs, 2 sex crimes, 10 possession, controlled substance, 7 assaults, 2 burglaries, issued 200 traffic citations, 12 non-traffic citations. And I am not in the office, so I wasn't able to get the funding for the year that we collected for fines.
Okay. Well, I'll need a motion to accept the police report.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Linda, seconded by Chris. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Chris, do you have anything else you want to add under your police report before we move on?
Just when you get to, we had no animal calls, so there won't be a dog report.
Sounds good to me. We'll move on to zoning report. Sharon.
This report covers December 15th through January 4th. There were no permits issued, so no permit fees collected, and we still have the zoning hearing. The hearing has not taken place yet. I spoke to Mr. Heller. I emailed Mr. Heller today asking him what the status of that hearing was, and he said he was going to try to see if the fellow zoning hearing board members would be okay with trying to have the hearing over Zoom.
Okay. I'll need a motion to accept the zoning report.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. As Chris said, we have no dog report, so I'll need a motion to accept the no dog report.
I'll
I'll
make
make,
a motion.
Motion by Linda, seconded by Sue. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. We'll move on to the road report.
Basically, we did snow removal, we did some building maintenance and some equipment maintenance.
Awesome. And thank you guys for being out on Christmas. While we
Yeah.
were all doing our
You're
Christmas
welcome.
activities, you guys were out plowing the roads, and we all appreciate it.
Very much.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
So I'll need a motion to accept the road report.
A
Make a
motion.
motion to accept.
And
Second.
I have a motion from Jeremy, seconded by Chris. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any communications?
I didn't have anything.
Okay, then we'll move on to visitors' request to speak. So Sharon, if you want to give them the information on what they can do.
So you can call the township office number, which is 724-845-0981.
And we'll give a couple minutes for this to see if anyone calls in because there's a little bit of a delay. No, I didn't. I don't think we've gotten any calls, so we will go ahead on to calendar additions. I do not believe we have any. Okay, so if no calendar additions, I need a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?